Good morning, my name is Dipesh Patel, editor at Treasury Payments. Today we're at the Tashkent International Investment Forum. I'm delighted to be joined by Mansur Rasulev, acting director at the investment promotion agency of Uzbekistan. Mansur, welcome.
Thank you.
So, what brings you here to the Tashkent International Investment Forum?
Well, being an organizer of this forum entails that I have to be here. Jokes aside, the Tashkent International Investment Forum is the flagship event that Uzbekistan organizes to showcase its investment potential, announce new projects, and find new opportunities for new partnerships.
Yeah. So Uzbekistan, fascinating country, one of the only double landlocked country. I guess that brings quite significant challenges for cross-border trade, right?
Absolutely. But you know what Uzbekistan is great at? At turning challenges into opportunities. Uzbekistan has vast natural resources, cheap labor, skilled labor. But to truly take advantage of these opportunities available here in Uzbekistan, we have to offset the challenges of logistics, being only one of only two double landlocked countries in the world that puts some strain on our exporters. And to truly take advantage of all the potential that we have here in Uzbekistan, we have to double down on investment into added value production here in Uzbekistan. With more value added, you diminish the share of costs associated with logistics in the final price, and you can ensure that you're competitive on global markets. I'll give you one example. Uzbekistan used to be one of the biggest suppliers of raw cotton. Mm-hmm. And it was, a very tricky situation where we would sell raw cotton to China and then import ready products from China while we have all the capacity to produce garments and ready products here in Uzbekistan. Yeah. So back in 2018, our president essentially banned export of raw cotton, saying to the government, instructing the government that we have to have right policies and attract investors to make sure that we have added value production here in Uzbekistan. Another great example, I believe, is the critical raw materials, critical minerals. We have all of them here in Uzbekistan, but since we don't have a direct access to ports here in Uzbekistan, it does not make sense to mine and sell raw materials from Uzbekistan. Instead, what we are doing now, we are attracting investors to Uzbekistan, creating all the favorable conditions so they can invest into added value production. These could be half-ready or ready products used in the electronics sector, in the battery production, that can be competitive, that will be competitive on global markets.
Thank you. So you've talked about cotton, you've talked about critical materials. Can you talk about the single window project and how that's helping local SMEs add value and also grow their cross-border exports?
So the single window concept was introduced back in 2018. It is the attempt in an intention of Uzbek government to streamline all the processes associated with public services. If you are a business in Uzbekistan, we want to limit your interaction with the government to one specific platform, which is a digital platform. So you don't have to go to every single government organization to get your permits, to get your licenses, sort out your business registration or taxes. And now this concept is now being extended to foreign investors as well. So now foreign investors, with the single window that we are introducing for foreign investors, will streamline their market penetration, their market entrance, so they can access Uzbek market, they can register in Uzbekistan, get all the licenses and permits online.
So, well, congratulations, first of all. I think we can safely say that this event has been a success, and given the number of very high caliber attendees, dignitaries that have attended, it's probably been a success. But let's fast forward 12 months. How would you measure the success of the increased FDI into Uzbekistan today, and what do you expect to see over the course of the next 12 months?
Thank you for this question. It's actually important to look beyond the numbers. Of course, the obvious metric is the amount of foreign investment that we attract, and we're planning to exceed $40 billion this year. And just to put it in perspective, in 2017, when we just embarked on this reform journey, our total investment attraction to Uzbekistan was around $3 billion. So we're talking about more than tenfold increase that is happening here in Uzbekistan. But our president is very clear about one thing. You don't measure success in investment attraction only by looking at numbers, amount of investment attracted. You also look at the wages, you look at the jobs created, you look at the improvement of livelihood of Uzbek population, so they don't have to go abroad to find good jobs. Now these jobs are available here in Uzbekistan, and they have far better career opportunities here in Uzbekistan to advance in, let's say, non-traditional sectors that were not available here in Uzbekistan before.
That was Mansur Rasulev, Acting Director at the Investment Promotion Agency of Uzbekistan, here at the Tashkent International Investment Forum. Mansur, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.